welcome to the podcast of Stay Home Forever, where we will be bringing you monthly news and insights on all things related to seniors. Stay Home Forever is a full-service care company. We take care of seniors wherever their home may be it in their own home, retirement home, or long-term care facility. When we say full service, we mean that it is a one-stop shop for seniors and families to obtain information, services, and anything that makes your lives easier. We are not just your typical care company. We ensure your safety by providing age-in-place updates to your home, assist with care, companionship, full housekeeping services, including changing your sheets and doing the laundry, accompanying you to the store or doctor's appointments, or help finance your care at home. We focus on the total well-being of not just the seniors, but the primary caregiver of the seniors who are usually the immediate family. Now, as this week of May is Mental Health Week announced by the Canadian Mental Health Association, and as we are very big on the mental wellness of seniors and their primary caregivers, today I have with me a special guest, an expert on the subject, Lia Bandola. Lia, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here with you today, and especially on this very important topic. I have been in private practice for 22 years now, working in the mental health field, amongst other things, and especially when it comes to seniors. This is a topic very near and dear to my heart. I have a company called Life Lessons Unlimited, and my real mission is to help people to uncover their possible traumas, thought patterns, and behaviors that may be keeping them stuck and feeling like they are just surviving. We are meant to do more than just survive. And so my real mission is to give people the tools to change the patterns so that they can move forward and create a life where they are truly thriving. I use things like cognitive behavior therapy, mindfulness therapy, positive psychology, that's just a few of the methods that I use. I am a registered social service worker, certified empowerment coach, certified life skills coach, a certified True Colors trainer, which is a personality training. And I am in the process of actually being certified. Again, I always say to people, I'm absolutely certifiable in a good way. I'm being trained as a gentle trauma release practitioner. So that's, those are some of the methods that and the things that I use to help people. I'm also a published author. I have 3 publications. And I am a podcaster as well. So I love doing these podcasts, and really important to bring people the information.
For sure. Now, as an expert on mental health, can you tell me what hardships the pandemic has created on the overall well-being of our seniors?
Yeah, I think seniors, and I've said this often, have been unfortunately some of the people that were greatest impact from the pandemic, and children as well. But for many, many seniors or older adults, I think the number one issue that was highlighted, because it was an issue even before the pandemic, was isolation and loneliness. And, I think obviously with the number of lockdowns that we had, and even after the lockdowns, there was a lot of fear, of course, and understandably, for seniors in particular to want to even go grocery shopping or be around other people even when they could. And what we are seeing is that the numbers of isolation in particular are really, really, really high right now. Some are self-imposed, and some they have no choice. So that feeling of loneliness is, magnified by a lot. And, for a lot of people, that inability to be able to see family and friends and just other humans, and also that, they're missing that touch, right? Like just a hug, or, you don't know what you're missing, right? Sometimes until you don't have it. And, I have a mother-in-law who is 88 years old, and we really notice some shifts. She lives alone in a condo. And as much as we, especially during lockdowns, of course, we tried to be there as much as possible. But we've noticed a real shift for her, just even sort of emotionally and personality wise. Like she's much more cautious than she ever was before. And again, it's understandable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, on the topic of the COVID pandemic, could you tell us a few things seniors can do, given the restrictive environment we live in today, to ensure their mental well-being?
Well, it's a little bit easier now, but even, what we saw really worked was if they could have some kind of contact. For a lot of seniors, doing online or Zoom was a little bit beyond, which is where most of the rest of us were able to have some kind of human contact, even though it wasn't literal contact. And so for them, and again, with my mother-in-law and other seniors that I was involved with, what I saw worked was if they could even just get outside. My mother-in-law's building had a great thing where they would all come outside when they could. And of course, there was lots of times they couldn't do that. But just they'd have a circle, and they were all 6 feet apart. They all had their masks on, but at least we're able to interact. So I think what's really important is having some kind of interaction, and even if it's by phone. But for a lot of people that's not possible, or they don't have people that they are able to do that with. And so it's important to bring in those things in any way. Like, if we look at what they lost, right? Like the ones that were active, there were senior centers they could go to that they could do exercises together with, or go and swim in a pool, or get together with their friends and even go for a lunch, and all of those things went away.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how it felt for me, and I am a senior technically. So, but I'm not an older senior, but yeah, it just really reinforced that feeling of being alone. So anything that I think could help them to not feel so alone, and to do things like go for a walk, if you're able to, again, to go even for a walk by yourself, you are just by accident going to see other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're able to go to a store, now that we can, and we have been able to do that for a while, even if you have to wear a mask, right? It's really about getting out and trying to be amongst other people. We do have, and you have a wonderful organization that can help with this, right? And sometimes I think people are hesitant because they think, certainly in my world, in mental health, sometimes people who don't have support through family or friends or other people in their lives, they're afraid to kind of reach out to an organization because they think it might make them look weak, or there's still the stigma around it, certainly stigma around mental health. Oh, I can handle this, I can do this. But I have seen for myself, for a brief time, I was working for a couple of years. I was working with training with people who worked with seniors. And I was amongst a lot more, older adults at that point. And I could see that the ones who reached out and asked for help thrived so much better, so much better. And so, if you even to hire companion care is huge. If you don't have people that, and lots of people don't, this is kind of the dirty little secret out there, I think, not amongst us who are working in the world, but that everybody's got somebody. No, that is very untrue. A lot of people have no one. And so to have somebody, I have a friend, a very dear friend, who is a companion care person, and she just, like she says, she sees them light up when she arrives. So if you don't have someone that can help you with things, even just to go for a walk, or to play some games, or even to do some reading together, or all kinds of things that you can actually do with someone else.
I think that's so important. And I guess just having someone and going outside, exercise, very important for seniors and just for everybody in general as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's the thing is what's good for the rest of us, right, is extra good for people who are older who may not be working. I mean, for many of us, we have sort of built-in things, right, that get us out and about. And even if we're working from home, as I am, but I do have clients who come here to see me, so I do get to see people live and in person now. But you know, for a lot of people as they get older, especially once they retire, and maybe they don't have the means or the ability to have hobbies, you know, that they have to go outside of their home for, or sports, like sports. I mean, I'm talking like golf and, you know, but hey, I know lots of people who are in their 70s and 80s who are doing activities that there's no way I am able to do at this stage of my life. So, you know what I mean? So I think, yeah, anything that they can do to, you know, what we're feeling, they are feeling a lot more often.
For sure. And before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to state, such as how important it is for primary caregivers to look after themselves and take a break, rest and rejuvenate, and how they should do this?
Well, that's another whole podcast episode right there. But I will touch on that because that's a really, really important point. Is those that are, because I was a caregiver for my mom before she passed, and I did not do some of these things. And trust me, you can end up burning out very, very quickly, especially if you're in that sandwich generation. You know, you still have some kids that you're responsible for, even if they're older, you know what I mean? And then you've now got maybe parents or aunts, uncles, you know, loved ones that you're also responsible for their care. You naturally are sort of going to be the last one that you're going to take care of, but it really needs to be the reverse. You must make your self-care number one so that you can have the energy and the ability and the desire to want to help out. I mean, everybody's like, yeah, you know, I want to help, I want to do this, but I've got no energy. And then you start to feel resentful and so on and so forth, right? So really important to do those things like what we just talked about for yourself. And I think what's really great with that, you know, if you are doing your physical fitness of some kind, even walking, right? And eating well and getting lots of sleep and doing all those things that are so important, you're modeling that for other people. And you will feel better and you will be better able to care. And here's really number one is it doesn't have to be you. You don't have to be the only one. And again, with a wonderful service like you provide, to get that, you know, number one, some respite help, right? So that you do have an opportunity to do all the other things you want and need to do. But also, you know, it shows that self-care is important and it helps your loved ones also to see that, right? And so I believe you provide that, yes, some kind of, I call it respite care, but
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay, good. 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 And to have, you know, I don't know if this is part of what you do, but, you know, just to have other people even to be able to talk to about the challenges, because it's hard. It's a very, very, very difficult thing to have to do. And you go through a whole, you know, your own mental health, of course, then comes into question because you have a whole gamut of emotions.
Yeah, actually at Stay Home Forever, we provide a lot of services, like anything that you need, we provide. So if it's companionship, if it's housekeeping, we're there for you. So anything like respite care, like housekeeping, even if you need a haircut, we'll come do that for you as well. So
oh wow,
full service
really
is what
full
we do.
Service. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you again for being here and being a special guest
welcome.
today. We definitely appreciate your time and your knowledge on the subject of mental health. So we will be back in a month to bring you another podcast filled with useful insights and all things related to seniors. Until then, stay safe and visit us at the Women's Show at the Metro Convention Center, booth 614 for all kinds of deals and chances to win free prizes. And while you're there, don't miss our CEO, Sharmila Pereira, give us a presentation at the main stage at 4:30 on Friday the 6th as we bring you lots more information on seniors and their care. Until then, we'll see you next time.